Hey everyone, welcome to this week's video! That was a dramatic intro, kind of crazy, I know. But today, we're revamping my website. So, this is my website made with Squarespace. It has my shop, my portfolio, my contact, and my about. And this is actually how I get commissions most of the time. I recently just did some commission work for a company, and that was very fun, and I can't wait for you to see it. So I'll just give you a little tour, because I think my website is actually really boring for an illustrator. Like this white and just these click anywhere things, it's very boring, and it should be weird more because that's like my tagline of my YouTube channel and stuff, and it has our classic logo that you just saw in the beginning. First, we have our featured products. Again, all the white is just really boring me. And this, they don't have like a consistent background. It doesn't make my store cohesive. Like if I click shop all right here, they all aren't cohesive. We have some green backgrounds here. We have a black background here that switches to a wood table that is really distracting, and wood table here, and white here. I kind of like the PNG version right here because that just makes it look more cohesive, and you can see the sticker. Green here again. What did I just say? Our here. And then PNG, so it's just on a plain background. But then it's just not cohesive, and I don't like it. Also, my fingers here are just like annoying. This second one is a better photo, actually, of it. But then, like, my fingers just like, get out. And then we have like this white backdrop that I was using, and I just don't like that there's so many different backgrounds. They need to be more cohesive. It looks like they're all from a different shop, and that bothers me a lot. And then here's just my plain meet me, and you can learn more. This is okay. I like that because it shows my face, and it puts people at ease knowing there's a real person behind this website. And we have follow us for more. And then just like some of my YouTube videos here, which are my sketchbook tours, because I find those to be the most fun to film and the most get to know me ones. And that is it for that. And then I can just show you my portfolio. These are not bad because I like the blue background and it's organized nicely. We have my character design, my logo design, fan art, and undiagnosed. I don't know if I should include fan art because that doesn't really get you any jobs. But this does show my other work, and sometimes people will be interested in that, like Comic-Cons and stuff. So that is good, I guess, but maybe it should be at the bottom. But like, this is also a personal project. Undiagnosed was my personal project of painting, which I don't really do much painting. I'm more of a digital artist, but this was more so to understand myself, and people do really like those prints. They sell well at local fairs and stuff because there's really not a lot of representation if you have gastroparesis or Ehlers-Danlos and all that. Showed you my shop, and then let's go into about, because there's more about. This is a portrait of myself and a little description. Again, I kind of feel like this is boring, and all my links to different social medias, the contact. This is good. A little bit. No, I still think the white background is boring. It doesn't say enough about me. And these are more links, and then the cart if you had bought something from the store. And if you click Mandy Weirmore, you're back at the beginning. And it's just really boring. I know some people would think this is clean, it's easy to navigate, but I feel like it's missing something. So, not sponsored, even though I've seen a ton of artists get sponsored by this, and that's actually why I'm using Milano. But I used Milanote to kind of gather my ideas from my other favorite artists I like and what they do. So this is Wool Blossom. I love their cutesy aesthetic, and their store kind of feels a bit overwhelming to me, but I really like their shop by product type section right here, and I love their products. I bought some for my sister, and I feel like these are all really good photos done because they all have a consistent background, and she's edited them very well, where you can see like a majestic background, and it's just focused on the product with a less distracting background, like plain glitter or fire or flowers, and it's really well done, and you can tell they're all from the same person, just the way the editing is done. So I definitely am inspired by this, and the background connects to the piece itself. Oh my god, I haven't seen the cat moon face pin. I need that. This is distracting, guys. I literally want that now. I'm not doing shopping right now. I cannot shop right now. Oh, I'm getting distracted by their cute merch. I love them so much. They're one of my biggest inspirations for their products. They're so cute. I don't sell cute stuff like that, actually. I lie. I kind of sell more activist to wear. But their stuff is so cute. Oh my god, the sports seals. I love seals. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. The way they edit their photos are very nice. And they have a link to their Patreon right here, and I definitely want to do that because nobody even knows I have a Patreon, and I don't even talk about it on my YouTube, which is just stupid because not a single person has joined my Patreon because I don't talk about it. So, I have a Patreon. You can get access to a Discord, you get access to monthly prints plus a freebie sticker, and yeah, there's lots of things. You could get bloopers, you get access to the Discord, which I just said, you get videos early, you can save my sketchbook pages. Instead of just looking at me giving a sketchbook tour, you can save my sketchbooks as like PDF or books and like flip through them on your phone or an iPad to look at them longer. Okay, back to this video after the shameless self-promo. So now we're going to By Katie Mai, which is another YouTuber and illustrator I love, and I really like their simplistic design of their website. It's easy to navigate, and I really like the focus center of Patreon and what they do. That's really nice. I definitely want to have like a Patreon bar like they do. And I find mine's almost similar to their website already, so that's helpful because I have my logo at the top like that. Wait, why can I click on their logo? Oh, it just brings them to the beginning. And I like a big bar of their art right here. That's nice. And I feel like this is already just like a similar thing. And I know that she uses Squarespace as well, so that could just be it. And I really like the illustrations instead of plain gray bars, so that's definitely a piece I want to incorporate into my website. And here is my favorite website of all time, and I definitely want to do something like this, but I don't know how I would do this on Squarespace. They used Ready Mag, and this website will blow your mind. Like, this is the website. You click the little art pieces, and I love that. And these are traditional art compared to like the digital art. It has this really cool mix, and I love it. Sorry, I'm gonna cry because I just love this so much. And you click their portfolio, and then you have their show reel. I really need to make a show reel. I will do that in this video too. As you saw, I already have a portfolio, but I don't have a show reel, and I definitely have enough animations to do that. And commission info right here. And this is so much cleaner than mine because it has so much more information than I actually do. And I think this would be better upfront, to be honest, about like my pricing and stuff, so people are already well aware of it. I have the pricing on my Instagram, but it's hard to find, whereas this, you just find it immediately, and you click back by clicking their name, and then you have their contacts, and meet the artist. I loved this part because they have so many photos and videos of themselves doing the work, and the fave movies is so cool. It's so personal, and I just love that so much. And then playlists of Spotify songs, that's amazing. And the frequently asked questions, oh my god, I just absolutely love their website. They make a webcomic and as well. I'll link all of the websites down below so you can check out the artist. But this is my all-time favorite website and my biggest inspiration for my rebrand. So now that I gave you a little bit of what I'm working with, let's get into designing my new website so it don't look plain and boring like this. Sorry, that was disgusting. I apologize. But let's get into it. I first started by giving a consistent background to all of my stickers. I won't show all the work I did for them because it was pretty tedious, but I really enjoyed working on them all. So I took the original photos I had already of my stickers and products, and I put them on this background of strawberries. This strawberry background is from like one of those vintage scrapbooking paper sets that used to be available. I still have like containers of them because my mom used to try to scrapbook so much and still has all the scrapbooking supplies, even though I've never once seen her scrapbook. But heck, I'll steal them now. But anyway, I did this for every product, and I don't know how many products I have. It's a lot. But I just chose the mushroom one because it was the one I worked on the longest, I think, because there's so many fine details in those mushrooms because they're gouache and they're die cut. So it took me a while to put them on those backgrounds. And here I am making the toggles. I first sketched this in my sketchbook because I made multiple ideas and thumbnail designs for what I wanted to do for my website. So kind of like brainstorming in my sketchbook, and then this is the final design I came up with, and I put it on my iPad and into Procreate and then just traced over what I had in my sketchbook. I felt the strawberry theme is perfect because when I go out for booths and events, I have a strawberry tablecloth and it's very strawberry centered, as well as my PNG tuber I already use wears this strawberry dress. So it's very cohesive and it matches the products that I just showed you. So it's a very strawberry theme because who doesn't love actually, a lot of people don't like strawberries, but even if you don't like strawberries, they're very cute and aesthetic. I honestly, before starting this, should have tested if toggles were even a possibility on Squarespace because I don't know how to code. I used to know how to code a little bit, but I don't anymore. So it's been so long. So I was just like, let's hope these toggles work because I'm making them without testing it. And that was kind of crazy of me, but we did it anyway. And we did eventually get them to work by watching tutorials. And it was much easier than I thought it would be because Squarespace doesn't require you to code or anything. And I'm so thankful for that. Again, not a sponsor because I'm a small YouTuber. And a little funny fact about the toggles, the font I chose is, well, not really a font because I hand drew all the letters, but it's inspired by SpongeBob and like the essay he's trying to write, but he spent like an hour writing because he made it so fancy and detailed, and I just really wanted that kind of aesthetic for these pages because I just thought it would be funny and not many people would think SpongeBob when they look at it, and it's an inside joke for myself. Yeah, I'm weird like that. And for the portfolio one, I thought it was boring because it didn't have anything besides portfolio on it, whereas everything else I kind of added little things on top of it. So for portfolio, I made like the front face, 3/4, and the back, because that's usually what people are looking for if you can rotate a character and make it look consistent. And then I had to crop the canvas so it would be easier to place them on the website so they fit better. And last minute I had to put YouTube as a toggle because I forgot about it, and I just kind of winged it with no sketch. And that is how I be winging it all the time. Speaking of winging it, here I am drawing the Supergirl comics, which are one of my favorite books, just the recent one, Supergirl of Tomorrow. That one is one of my new favorite comics, and I was really inspired by one of those websites I showed you previously with how unique her Get to Know Me story was. Like, the whole page was very unique with niche interest, and the pages that she used and the programs that she uses as well. So I was very inspired by that artist, and I wanted to make something unique for like a Get to Know Me as well, whereas that artist had her favorite movies. I'm not really a movie person, but I am obsessed with books and comic books specifically, as well as manga. And I really wanted people to know that about me, because I'm really obsessed with art, and not just like my own art in the process of making it. I'm really obsessed with just staring at admiring other people's works, and I wanted people to know what are some of my top favorite works. Though I did just finish reading Martian Manhunter, and I wasn't a big fan of the story, but it was some of the best art I've ever seen, and I really wish I added that, but I hadn't read it yet, so it's too late for that because I already filmed and put the pages up, and the website is done already, so no changing it now. But it was really fun to practice this artist style of Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, and it gave me a really good opportunity to practice this other artist style. Though, admittedly, I spent way too long on this because it didn't need to be that detailed, because it's not really a promotion of my art. It's just like a little get to know me. It's not like it's going in my portfolio, but I really wanted to make it look good, as well as just get the opportunity to practice this artist style, because it's so fun and I love their line art, and I really want to make a comic of my own someday. So I'm like, yes, an opportunity to practice line art. Let's make it the longest speed paint in history for some reason. Though I did decide not to color the pieces because I didn't want them to distract from the actual Get to Know Me, which is like my resume, my background, like my personal experience in the art field. This is just like a little thing off to the side of some of my interest, instead of just having my experience in the field, just like to get to know me before you actually hire me, so there, you know, there's a real person behind this. I did this for each one of my favorite books, but I'm not going to show you the speed paint for each one of them because it would make the video way too long. So instead, I'm just going straight into the website tour. Here we have the new revamped website, and it looks so good, and the toggles work, and I'm just so proud of it. And it also works on phones, and I made sure that the setup looks different on the phones because I wanted it to look similar but still be workable, and it needed to have a different layout on phones or else it wouldn't work. So if you go on a phone and be like, this is not the tour I saw on her YouTube, well, it's because it's a little bit different, so it will work on a phone. But anyway, they're all clickable, except me, because that's just me. Why would you click me? But if you don't know that they're clickable, you can still click up these categories right here, so they won't get confused. And I have all my socials up here: Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, my link tree, which is everything. But what I'm most proud of is my Meet the Artist page. I spent the absolute longest on it, which probably wasn't necessary, but it's so cool, and it's just so me as I'm falling off a couch. That's a clip from one of my YouTube videos where I react to Taylor Swift. new album, and really, I think that describes me. I am always doing something crazy and always falling off something. So, for me, I have my pronouns, I have my zodiac sign, which, I don't know, some people care about that. I have that personality thing, Myers-Briggs, I forgot already, INFP, and my age. And I have my real name, which is Amanda, but I'm more commonly known as my channel name, Mandy Weirdmore. And my own family doesn't even call me Amanda. I can't remember the last time I've been called Amanda, because Mandy's just always been my nickname. And so I have what I do, which is artist, animator, and YouTube creator. And I have my background, which is pretty cool if I do say so myself, because I've been in magazines and on a podcast. Yeah, and I have who I've created logos for. And I, of course, have Strawberry Me sprinkled around. And these are some videos from YouTube as well, but just the clips and the programs I use. And as I said, my favorite books. These two are manga, and this is a comic, and this is Fourth Wing. I was gonna make more books, but then I was like, girl, we have to calm down. This is just too many books. And Fourth Wing is not a comic or a manga, and you're probably shocked because I was like, that's pretty much all I read, but that's actually really not true. I read a lot of political books. Those aren't really my favorite because I don't read them for fun. I read them for learning the horrors of this real life because America's school system sucks. But anyway, Fourth Wing is my favorite book because it's like the first book I've read with Ehlers-Danlos representation, and I felt so seen. Anyway, let's go back. If you click Mandy Weirdmore, it will lead you back to the original page, and you can go into my shop if it would load, and we have all of my stickers with the new backgrounds, and they all look like they belong from the same shop. Yes, queen. And they're also cute, so just remember, you could get a sticker or a pin. This is one of my favorite stickers because it's can't connect the issues, think connective tissues, because it's to raise awareness about Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I got diagnosed at like 17, and I'm really lucky that I did, because most people don't get diagnosed until there's like a major event in their life where they can no longer like go on without the diagnosis. So I think it's really important to raise awareness about it. So yeah, that's one of my favorite stickers. This is what sells best, is the I Bite Ableist pin. Anyway, if you want to see my items, you can always go, and at the top it's categorized by bookmarks, prints, pins, and stickers in case you want to see specific things. And we are back to Mandy Weirdmore. This YouTube thing will only just link back to my YouTube, so that's really cool, but I'm not going to click it because if you're watching this, you already know where my YouTube is, and it will just probably take a while to load because I have terrible internet. But also YouTube is up here as well if you don't know to click it there. I have my portfolio, which I didn't change at all. This is pretty much, this is exactly the same. And I felt like I didn't need to change anything here because the focus should be my art and nothing else. So I don't want to make it more crowded than it already is. And my contact me hasn't changed much. Like at all. I just added new images here and 2 videos. So the main focus is getting in contact with me, and that hasn't changed at all except these images. And what else do we have here? Just my commissions and Patreon left. So Patreon will, if you click that, it will just lead you to my Patreon page under the same name, Mandy Weirdmore. And we have commissions. Commissions got one of the biggest revamps because it didn't exist before. I did not have a commission page before. I just had my portfolio and then the contact me. But I wanted people to know more information about my commissions instead of just having to email me and I just tell them all the information in an email. Whereas this, instead of just emailing me an inquiry and me saying all this stuff, they can just know all of it and we can get into the nitty-gritty faster. So I have commission types and prices. This is like my smaller stuff, like drawing and illustrations for funsies, for regular people who like to buy commissions and fan art and use them as their profile picture and not for sale and stuff. And I have some examples of my artworks right here, but you could find more in my portfolio. This is just like some little stuff so they get the idea. And I'm not going to read all the prices because they're already there, but if you're interested, definitely check out my website. Then I have more expensive stuff here, like logos, because I usually give them the design rights so they can make merch with the logo on it and make money from the logo. So I have design rights and like paperwork, so they get all the money from that and it leaves my hands, but I get like $500 for the design rights in itself on top of how many hours I put in it. Then again, we have animation, which is just like for regular people or fellow YouTubers who want like an intro page, which is more pricey because animation takes a lot more time, especially depending on the frames. If it's simple animation, it's only $80, but like if it's advanced, it's like $150, because if you want advanced, like 24 frames per second, so that's 24 individual drawings per 1 second. So you can see how that would take such a long time. And this is how I receive payment, which is Venmo or PayPal. And it's 50% upfront because there's been way more scammers recently on both sides. Like, artists are scamming by selling AI stuff, as well as fake customers coming in and then not actually buying them, just getting the revision and then not paying the artist at all. So I don't want to make that mistake because scams are rampant right now. And this is like the steps on how we get started, which is a really nice list. I am proud of this list. Like, we have a Zoom call, and I really like these questions, though I did get help from Milano, like where I had all these ideas from. I got help from this artist website that you saw before with all the toggles. So I got a lot of the questions from there because these are just like basic artist questions. And I really enjoyed how she had them displayed out, so you could always refer back to them. And then we have signed contract, payment stuff, and work updates. And right below everything is contact me. And you can click this button and it will lead back to the contact me page. And we're kind of full circle here. But I am so proud of this revamp. Please let me know in the comments down below if you like the revamp, and check out my website. I really appreciate it, and maybe shop some stuff while you're there. I had really fun reworking my website and making it more me and less commercialized, boring, white, all that, because that's not me. I'm a maximalist at heart, and why was my website so boring? But now it's not, and I'm so proud of it. So it fits me, and it's weird like me. Which leads us to the end of this video. As I always say, stay weird. Also, subscribe maybe if you like me and if you like art and vlogs and disability lifestyle content. Bye!